Grey's Anatomy is all new tomorrow night.
Live from WTEN, this is News 10 at 11 on the news station.
I think increasingly Albany is looked upon as the corruption capital of America.
As Governor Patterson's problems multiply, his political rivals seize the opportunity.
When the facts are displayed and when the truth comes out, that I'll be vindicated.
And despite yet another scandal, now accused of lying under oath about accepting free Yankees tickets, the governor continues to say he has done nothing wrong.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Christina Arangio.
And I'm Steve Ammerman. The governor once again on the defensive tonight after word of yet another scandal today. The State Public Integrity Commission slapping the governor with an ethics charge, saying he violated the state's ban on gifts.
The commission says he accepted 5 free Yankees tickets to Game 1 of the World Series. It also claims Patterson falsely testified under oath about it, saying he intended to pay for the tickets, but then had an aide believed to be David Johnson backdate a check to make it appear as though he planned to pay all along. Here's what Governor Patterson had to say about the commission's findings.
We are asking to meet with the Public Integrity Commission based on the facts of the testimony, which we dispute. We also dispute that I solicited anything from the Yankees and acted improperly. Our policy in the office had been the same all along.
And as the problems keep mounting for the governor, more are questioning whether he still has the credibility to lead. And tonight, the Republican who's hoping to take over the governor's mansion is reacting. Rick Lazio spoke to reporters this evening, saying the corruption in Albany has to stop, and he's the man to do it. New at 11, News 10's Marie Luby heard from Lazio, and she joins us live from the Capitol. Marie.
Hi, Steve. I talked to Rick Lazio outside a campaign event in Schenectady tonight, and he and his supporters wasted no time bringing up Democrat names associated with scandal, names like Spitzer, Hevesy, Rangel, and now Governor David Patterson.
I think increasingly Albany is looked upon as the corruption capital of America. We're a better people than that. We're a better state than that. And when I'm governor, we're going to raise the bar.
Stumping for the governor's seat at Glenn Sanders' mansion, Rick Lazio and fellow Republicans capitalized on the aid scandal that has pressure mounting on Governor Patterson.
If these allegations are proven, David Patterson must resign.
Attorney General Andrew Cuomo is investigating whether Patterson or his staff tried to persuade a woman to drop a domestic violence complaint against top aide David Johnson. The latest blow to the administration came Wednesday afternoon. The governor now charged with an ethics violation over free World Series tickets to Yankee Stadium.
The state is chaotic. Nothing is happening. Nothing is going forward. It's an embarrassment nationally.
Senator Hugh Farley says rumors of resignation are swirling at the Capitol.
Some people are saying momentarily.
Lazio also took aim at state police leadership, saying it needs cleaning up. He's calling on Cuomo, a likely opponent in the governor race, to step down from the investigation.
I do not think it's appropriate for Andrew Cuomo, who's expressed a strong desire to run for governor, who's told all his major money people that he wants to be a candidate for governor, should conduct this investigation. I think there ought to be an independent prosecutor appointed.
And I also asked Rick Lazio about his confidence in Lieutenant Governor Richard Ravitch should Patterson resign, which he said so far at this point he's not going to. Lazio says he's confident in Richard Ravitch, that at this point in his career he doesn't think Ravitch has anything to prove to people, and he believes he's acting in good faith to do what's best for New Yorkers and has a reputation for solving problems. Live at the Capitol, Marie Luby, News 10.
All right, Marie, the governor started the day with a closed-door cabinet meeting billed as a pep rally to get everyone on the same page moving forward. No real details of what they discussed inside have been released, but one economic advisor says the word resignation never came up. Another member saying the mood was positive and upbeat. Of course, the state's budget negotiations are still going on, and some lawmakers say the scandals are a distraction. The Assembly Majority Leader Ron Canestrari says legislators are moving ahead with or without the governor's involvement.
Today was also the last day on the job for the state's top cop. State Police Superintendent Harry Corbett retiring today amid the scandal. State police accused of contacting a woman at the center of a domestic assault case involving one of the governor's aides that we mentioned. It's unclear if Corbett will face any charges. As we said, Andrew Cuomo's office is investigating all of this. And stay tuned to News 10 for continuing coverage of problems for Patterson. You can watch the latest on News 10 in the morning, as well as online at WTEN.com.
Pretty mild day out there today, and we're wondering what we can expect for tomorrow. Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Steve Caparizzo for our Storm Tracker update. Steve.
Howdy, Christina. Not quite as mild tomorrow. It's going to be a little bit windier, and temperatures about 4 or 5 degrees colder, but really not bad, and much of the day should be dry. In fact, the Storm Tracker live high-definition Doppler radar showing the back edge of an ocean storm over in New England. A little bit of light snow out through central Massachusetts, and that's it, some heavier snow over near Cape Cod. All right, here's our regional forecast for tonight. We expect temperatures to drop into the upper 20s, mid-20s up near Lake George, 21 at Indian Lake, 28 at North Adams, and 29 in Hudson. Our forecast, fairly quiet, though breezy tomorrow. We expect partly to mostly cloudy skies, a high near 37. And Friday, partly sunny, a little bit better, a high of 38. That's the beginning of some much nicer weather that will be here for the weekend. That and the complete forecast later in the newscast.
2 more jurors still need to be chosen in the Stephen Rossi trial. The jury selection will continue tomorrow morning in Schenectady County Court. Now, at this point, 12 jurors and 2 alternates have been picked. They're looking for 2 more alternates. The former Schenectady School District employee facing a number of charges, the most serious, terrorism for vandalizing the homes and cars of people he thought were enemies. And this Friday, opening statements set to begin, and will continue to follow the very latest throughout the Rossi trial. Police say the Bennington fire captain accused of setting his own home on fire twice had help. Captain Ralph Brown, his soon-to-be ex-wife Stacy Brown, and her boyfriend Joe Thomas, all accused of setting fire to Brown's Maple Street home on Friday and then again on Saturday. Detectives say Brown was trying to defraud his insurer.
They are quickly becoming the drugs of choice for teens. Prescription drugs are easily accessible, but far more potent than many realize. In this News 10 special report, Prescription for Danger, a local mother shares her son's story and what she wants other parents to learn from her.
He was just a very, very good kid.
At 17, Morgan Harrington, who worked hard on his family's Greenwich farm, attended school, looked after his younger brother, and worked as a mechanic, was suddenly gone.
It's nothing nobody should have to ever deal with.
Almost a year later, his mother, Dee Birch, still struggles to accept her son overdosed on fentanyl, a powerful prescription painkiller given to cancer patients. Police say Harrington got the drug patch like this one from a friend of a friend who stole it from his ailing father and was selling it.
I'm sure he didn't know what it was. I'm sure the kid didn't explain to him and say, hey, this is 100 times stronger than morphine. Try it. It might kill you, but, you know, go ahead and try it anyways.
Kids are chewing them like gum, and that's how they're getting their high.
Cambridge Greenwich Police Chief George Bell says prescription drugs are so accessible and they're cheap. Painkillers like OxyContin, Vicodin, and Percocet, with all sorts of nicknames, are often abused. Kids take multiple doses or crush the pills and snort them. Harrington possibly had just 1 dose of fentanyl that turned out to be deadly for him. Stunned friends covered his locker door with messages. It's now inside his home.
I can't picture him doing anything like that when he's got a little brother without the world of him. And
too young to understand, 5-year-old Colton feels the loss just as much.
He knows he's gone.
Harrington's death prompted the local group Greenwich Easton Community Cares to start a program where unused drugs can be turned in to keep them out of the wrong hands. Chief Bell has been collecting garbage bags full. Police say you can drop off your leftover prescription drugs here anytime, no questions asked.
We'll take the drugs, we'll dispose of them. It's all confidential. You know, we're not here to make any sort of arrest on anybody that brings it in.
Birch is angry such powerful drugs aren't kept under lock and key. Her message, lock them up like you would a gun and get specific with your kids.
Talk to them more. Try to find out if they're doing something stupid that they shouldn't be doing.
They have no idea the outcome, the potential of them even dying or overdosing on this stuff. They got to educate their kids about these things.
He had zero tolerance, so it killed him.
It's not just painkillers that are abused. Depressants like Valium and stimulants like Ritalin can be just as deadly. Chief Bell says it's best not to flush prescription drugs down the toilet. They can leach into the water supply. He says more local police departments are showing interest in similar programs where leftover drugs can be turned into police. The drugs are then burned at trash plants.
It's very important and powerful that she came forward to share her story
and
to help other people.
For her.
No,
exactly.
You can tell, but still
important to do.
Important to do, and our thoughts are with her.
Yeah. Well, do you wish you could walk the red carpet with the celebs at the Oscars? Coming up, we'll show you where you can attend your own Academy Awards Gala right here in the Capital Region. Also, some concern tonight from postal workers as the Postal Service looks for ways to cut costs. And taking a look at the radar right here, not too bad right now. Not as nice tomorrow from what Steve's telling us, but looking ahead to the weekend, looks pretty nice. We'll get a complete check of the forecast when we come back. And remember, if you have a story idea for us, let us know anytime. Email, phone, or through Twitter. You're watching News 10 at 11.
You've waited all day. The spicy goodness, the tantalizing mouth-watering aroma. Have your moment. Then have another. When's the last time you had a hot dog, Charlie? Hot Dog Charlie's, 5 great locations.
News 10 weather is brought to you by Trustco Bank. Need a mortgage? Free pre-approval. No points, no PMI, no tax escrow, no broker fees. Get all the details at TrustcoBank.com. Your hometown bank.
Now, your News 10 Storm Tracker forecast with Chief Meteorologist Steve Caparizzo.
Howdy, welcome back, everyone. Let's check our forecast first. Tomorrow morning, the winds are going to pick up. It's not going to be a bad day. It's just not going to feel as comfortable as the past couple. At 7 a.m., mostly cloudy, 29. Noontime, 34, mostly cloudy. And at 5 p.m., a little bit more in terms of breaks of sunshine later in the afternoon, and 37. Hey, just a reminder, guess who's going to be on News 10 at 4 o'clock on Friday? You got to watch. Bill Cosby will be here in the News 10 studios. We are pumped up. Let's check our high temperatures today. 42, the high temperature in Albany this afternoon. Yesterday it was 45, so not quite as warm. We had a little bit of snow this morning, about an inch or two in parts of the Berkshires and over the Catskills, just a coating around Albany. 39 the high at Bennington, 41 at Glens Falls, hit 39 the high in Pittsfield. Right now the temperature in the mid-30s around the Albany International Airport to Guilderland, Schenectady County Airport 36, and Troy's temperature at 33 tonight. Off to the north, mid-20s Saranac Lake, right at freezing in Bennington, 33 at North Adams, 33 at Pittsfield, and Hudson checks in with a temperature reading of 36. We'll plot the satellite and Doppler radar map on for you, and there's the storm off the ocean. You can see the swirl off to the east of us, and quite a band of snow and wind clipping southeastern New England. Here's a close-up view. Just check some of the observations over Cape Cod and the islands. You're getting moderate snowfall and winds coming in from the north and northeast, gusting up to 45 miles per hour. They're expecting about 4 or 5 inches of heavy, wet snow and just a few flurries showing up in parts of the Catskills and Pocono, so fairly quiet weather for us. All right, here's the Futurecast on Thursday. It's going to be a little bit windy. It's going to feel colder than it has. Mostly cloudy, some thin spots showing up near Lake George into the Adirondacks, and the dry air works southward. And I do expect some nice improvements here for Friday afternoon as skies will become partly to mostly sunny and temperatures a little bit better. All right, here's your forecast for the Hudson Valley. Mostly cloudy Thursday, 37 for a high in Albany, 38 in Kingston. Now, there may be a few flurries in western New England. Mostly cloudy, 34 at Pittsfield, 36 at North Adams and in Bennington. By afternoon, a little better chance of some sunshine north and west of Lake George, 32 at Indian Lake, mid-30s Gloversville and Glens Falls. Mohawk Valley and the Catskills, partly to mostly cloudy, high of 36 in Amsterdam and 34 at Westerlo. 29 tonight, there might be a few flurries in the Berkshires. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, a high of 37 with a gusty wind. 7-day forecast on Friday, partly sunny 38, and it still looks like an awesome weekend. Sunny on Saturday, 41, partly sunny 42 for Sunday. A couple of light rain or wet snow showers. Monday, not a big storm. There might be something bigger Wednesday.
What, as in big sunshine
yeah, no,
in the
that's
sky?
What he meant, big.
Is that what you mean?
Big.
Rain or snow. Now, come on.
I should have known better. All right, Steve,
All right,
thank
guys.
you.
Hollywood's brightest stars will be shining this weekend, but the Academy Awards won't be the only big party. We'll show you the preparations for the local Academy Awards Gala. Also, high school basketball championships are in full swing, and we have highlights coming up when News 10 at 11 continues.
Very forecast driven. Tonight, storms coming in at 9 o'clock. So go out early this evening. Late tonight, it's going to be tough going. That's what I want to do, is help people plan their everyday lives.
Buy one side from Residential Specialists, take the next side free, and we'll match your tax credits instantly up to $1,500. Plus, if you call now, get an additional 10% off.
This house was ready to be painted, and so that was one of the reasons why we went with the siding, is to, to get rid of the hassle. This outside sound entering the house, we noticed that immediately. It's night and day, much quieter. We're really very happy with that.
Call 1-800-464-2208.
I'll tell you something, we talked about some offerings this year that are coming out of the gate that have been spectacular. Yeah. But I don't think there's any bigger offer right now, folks. All over my Kia stores in New York, I'm going to do one thing. Albany, Syracuse, Rochester, this is what we're going to do.
What is it?
The Kia Optima, folks, which is very comparable. You can compare it with Honda Accord, and you can have Toyota Camry. Folks.
There's one major difference, though, right?
I'm not going to charge you $24,000, $28,000, $25,000, whatever them cars are. Look at the car.
10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Same
5 years
size.
roadside assistance.
I'm going to do one thing you've never seen before, folks.
What's that?
I got a special incentive from the factory. I'm going to sell these cars for $12,900. Did you hear me? Folks, you spend more than that on a weekend in New York. $12,900.
Maybe you spend that, Billy.
A 10-year warranty, brand new vehicle. Folks, you know what that is? It's huge.
Like it's
New York. Huge.
When you're saving for something you really want, the best thing you can do is wait a few months, or maybe a little longer. With a CD from Citizens Bank, your money is guaranteed to grow. We're the bank for saving, no matter what you're saving for. Citizens Bank.
At Warren Tire, we offer complete auto service on all makes and models of vehicles, from New York State inspections to computer diagnostics. Warren Tire, where getting the absolute best value is your only option.
Where you never pay more for the best. Warren Tire Service Center.
It is Hollywood's biggest night of the year.
And tonight, the countdown to the Oscars continues. When the Academy Awards begin on Sunday night, Saratoga Springs will be having a gala of its own. And News 10's Mark O'Brien shows us new at 11. There's still time for you to get a ticket.
As Hollywood prepares for its biggest night of the year, so is Saratoga Springs, and you could say the celebration has already begun.
I'll put one on this table.
Rob Kaczynski places mini Oscar statues on the tables, one of several final preparations underway for this weekend's Oscar Night Gala at the Saratoga National Golf Club, the largest event of its kind in the area and a fundraiser for the Saratoga Film Forum.
Our mission is to show independent films that otherwise wouldn't be shown in the area.
This year, that means a number of Oscar-nominated films.
I can't get it off, I'm sorry, okay?
Including The Hurt Locker.
We love Precious, and we had dreams.
And Precious. Given all the buzz, it's no wonder the last 8 weeks have been the busiest in the Film Forum's 20-year history.
The movies that I've been able to see this year so far at the Film Forum, the crowds have never been bigger. We've had to turn people away some showings.
Fear, after all, is our real enemy.
This month, the Oscar showings continue with A Single Man and The Last Station, followed by Crazy Heart next month. It all centers around the Oscar Night Gala.
It's the biggest night in the film industry, and we replicate that here on a smaller scale, but we've got our Oscars everywhere, we've got people out and around, and it's a really fantastic event.
Festivities include cocktails, food, a silent auction, and new this year, large flat-screen televisions to watch the awards. And like the Oscars Lifetime Achievement Award on Sunday night, the Film Forum will be honoring Dee Sarno. She's considered a driving force of the arts here in Saratoga. Tickets are still available. They're $75 each, and you can get all the information by going to our website, WTEN.com, and clicking on links. In Saratoga Springs, Mark O'Brien, News 10.
And if you stay at home, don't forget you can watch the 82nd Annual Academy Awards this Sunday night. They begin at 8:30 right here on WTEN.
That gala is going to be a lot of fun.
That would be a great way to watch.
The Section 2 basketball playoffs roll on.
Coming up next on News 10, Jamie Say will have all your highlights from tonight's high school tilts. It's coming up in News 10 Sports.
I see. Regular season records can be thrown out the window this time of year in high school basketball. Anything can happen in the postseason.
And in the Section 2 hoop playoffs rolling on tonight, a pretty big upset on the girls' side. News 10's Jamie Say joins us with the highlights and those results. Jamie.
Well, another busy night of postseason basketball. Two of the biggest games were at Hudson Valley. The girls' Class AA semifinals, a Final Four, which features some of the best teams in the state. Two of them are ranked in the top 10, and here is one. The Colony Garnet Raiders checking in at number 7 in New York. The Raiders tipping off with the upset-minded and upset-capable Shaker Blue Bison. Shaker starts strong. 10th grader Mackenzie Rowland puts it in drive, finishes with the lefty layup. Blue Bison took the lead early in this one, did not let up. Erica Houle, the 3. Shaker opens the game with a 9-2 run. Colony comes back. Closing seconds of the first quarter, Sydney Rosales plays beat the buzzer and wins. That 3, and the Garnet Raiders would tie the game at 15. Yet Shaker went on another run that Colony could not recover from. Adrian Devine's 3 is good. Blue Bison up 10 at halftime, and they don't look back. Shaker stunned 7th-ranked Colony 64-49 to make the AA championship. And it's an all-Suburban Council final. Shaker will battle Shen for the AA title after the Lady Plainsmen knocked off Catholic Central 49-35. The AA title game is Saturday at 5:15 at Hudson Valley. Elsewhere in girls hoop, Class B in the quarterfinal rounds, top-seeded Waterville battling Schuylerville tonight. Lady Cannoneers hosting this one. Vliet jumps ahead from the opening tip. Tierney McGlynn gets the first points of the game very quickly. More from Waterville. Nay Wright, the hoop, and she's going to get the harm. Schuylerville, though, trailing. Lady Black Horses would create an opportunity on their end, though. The steal underneath, and Caitlin Fain puts it off glass and in. However, Waterville led this one throughout. Good all-around game for Tierney McGlynn. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 6 steals. Waterville advances to the B semis with the 46-30 victory over Schuylerville. The rest of the girls' Class B quarterfinal results look like this. Ravenna upends Cahos 52-51. They'll play Vliet in the semis. Elsewhere in Class B, second seed Fonda falls to Hudson Falls 44-41. Mechanicville over Johnstown 45-27. Hudson Falls Mechanicville plays Friday at 4:30 at Hudson Valley. And how about the girls' Class C semifinals tonight? Burn Knox edges past Lake George 49-43, while top-seeded Greenwich downs Duanesburg 68-45. Greenwich, Burn Knox play for the Class E crown Friday at 6 at Hudson Valley. On the boys' side tonight, the Glens Falls Civic Center, the place to be, hosting the Class C semifinals. Let's start with top seed Maple Hill and Schoharie. This one was a close one. Wildcats from Maple Hill in the white. Their early game plan, get it inside to Sean Danaher. He scores his team's first 6 points. Schoharie, though, led throughout most of the game. Jacob Carker with a big night for the Indians. He scores a game-high 22. Now Maple Hill trailed by 7 heading into the fourth quarter. Cats come back. Danaher gonna finish for 2 of his 14 points. David Briggs pours in 20 as Maple Hill rallies and wins 55-48 to make the boys' Class C final. And those Wildcats will meet the winner of this one, Hoosick Falls and Voorheesville. Hoosick Falls, the 2 seed in Class C. Kevin McMahon gets his team started, buries the 3. McMahon leads his Panthers with 18 points. Now, Hoosick Falls made it very difficult for Voorheesville to get its offensive going. After a couple of tries, Ethan Mackey puts it back in. Mackey leads the Ville with 13, but the game belongs to Hoosick Falls. John Hayden with the bucket. It'll be the Panthers and Maple Hill for the C title after Hoosick Falls knocks off Voorheesville 59-42. All right, down a notch to Class D. Sharon Springs and Germantown duking it out in the semis. The winner to meet Argyle in Sunday's D championship. Sharon Springs in the purple. The team from out west works it inside to Doug Ullman. He scores 12 tonight, one of 4 Spartans in double figures. Yet Germantown came in determined. Check out Cody Brost, the guard with the most. Brost into the lane. He leads the Clippers with 15. Later on, Germantown would go in transition. Thomas Griffin going to feed Larry Niebling. Germantown will play for the D championship after defeating Sharon Springs 62-50. So it's all coming together. But we've got more semifinals tomorrow.
All
it's
right.
crazy.
It is crazy, but it's fun.
It is a lot of
Thanks,
fun.
Jamie.
Thanks,
Jamie. The Postal Service looking for ways to cut costs.
And after the latest proposals, some local mail carriers are concerned about their jobs. It's all coming up on News 10 at 11. Some job concerns tonight for U.S. Postal workers as the service looks to reduce a $7 billion deficit. The Postal Service has seen the number of mail it handles plummet, going from 213 billion pieces 4 years ago to just 177 billion last year, mainly because so many people send emails and pay bills online. As we've seen locally, the Postmaster General is looking to close some branches and is also considering ending Saturday delivery. The last proposition worries one local man who has a part-time job handling mail every Saturday.
If they get rid of Saturdays, that would mean I would lose my only job right now, which is a great job. It's for part-time and going to school. There's no better job you could possibly have than a Saturday at the post office. So it would be pretty devastating.
Though it's all still up to Congress to make a final decision about ending Saturday mail service.
Lawmakers are being bombarded with calls and letters urging them to save area parks from what they say is one of the most talked about cuts in Governor Patterson's proposed budget. As many as 90 parks and historic sites would be affected, including Thatcher Park. Lawmakers say parks are an economic engine for the state, and the cuts could be avoided if they can find $11 million in the budget. One of the top 10 college towns in the country is found right here in the capital region. ApartmentRatings.com says Albany is ranked number 5 for best college towns in the U.S. for apartment renters. Topping the list is Davis, California, which received high ratings for its climate and access to Sacramento and San Francisco. But pretty good for us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cheaper rent.
We'll be back with the forecast.
Buy one side from Residential Specialists, take the next side free, and we'll match your tax credits instantly up to $1,500. Plus, if you call now, get an additional 10% off. Call 1-800-464-2208.
Nice stretch headed our way.
Yeah, especially by the weekend. Tomorrow will be that kind of in-between day when the winds whip around. It's going to be a little bit chilly feeling, upper 30s. But, you know, it's going to be a dry day. Now, this is the best part of the forecast. Friday into the weekend. 38 Friday, but check out the weekend. Sunny and 41 on Saturday. Partly sunny, 42 for Sunday. So things are looking up after tomorrow.
Very good.
All right, be sure to watch News 10 in the morning with Annie Schultz. We'll have the latest on the Patterson scandal.
Have a great night.